Hey everybody, and welcome to my N5 series on the SP404 Mark II, where I cover a topic in about 5 minutes. This is session 59.6, and I was just thinking maybe this is the point where we just kind of start talking about live performances. I mean, I could have added many more columns of loops and stuff, but I'm just trying to keep it simple, just to show you guys like how some of this stuff works. So first thing we're gonna do, let's just come in and mute everything except for the drums. And I'm going to put this back to 3 and 4. I had it on 1 and 2 so I could just make sure a few of the things worked the way I expected it to. So, and I had this as 1 and 2. So the reason why is basically what I want to have happen is when I'm doing input and I want to record into Loopy, I want the 1 and 2 coming in and then going back out to 1 and 2 so I can hear it. In this case, we don't want anything from the SP404 Mark II coming in. So I'm actually taking and turning off output. So I've just real quick turned off 1 and 2, 3 and 4. It's not going to any of the individual channels. It is going nowhere. So that will allow us to, I mean, you can still hear the audio coming from things on the SP404 when we hit notes, but it's not going to go into the Loopy Pro and then come back out and give us the same types of phasing issues we were having before. So I've disabled that. And now if I want to start playing again, I think I've messed myself up a little bit, but okay, we still have our mutes on. So we're not getting phasing issues from this. We're only playing the loop, even though these two notes are still technically playing. So if I hold shift and reverse, you can hear it's louder and we got phasing issues. Going to turn them off so that we're only playing audio from Loopy. I could create like a empty pattern to do this, but whatever, we're good. So what I can now do is let's say we want to actually start using effects on certain patterns or loops here from Loopy Pro, instead of going to 3 and 4, which is kind of going to our, I would effectively call it a queue. It's going through ext source and through MFX and all that, but we can switch to 1 and 2, and now you can hear we don't hear anything, and the reason for that is because we don't have ext source on. So to hear it, you're going to go back to ext source, and now we only have like one effects route we can go back into with the SP404 Mark II. So at this point, if we put MFX on, you can hear we got scatter going. Whoop, use this hand. So you can tune in if you want to make some different sounds and kind of like go crazy there. Or if you're like, hey, I really want to like get a compressor on this, we can really bump this up. And you can add in like the hi-hats. So that's all now going through the MFX. And you can hear if I turn it on and off, you can hear that there's a difference. If you want cassette, whoop, you're like really intense. So this is, as I said, anything going out to 1 and 2 is going to go through your ext source and your MFX. We can still bring in the bass now, and this is going to start in time. It's not going through ext source. So if I turn ext source off, we're still going to hear that bass playing. It's not getting affected, and you can hear the noise probably better if you've got headphones on, but that's just coming from the cassette noise. So if I turn MFX off, you just don't hear that noise goes away because it's just kind of whatever was playing that was there. And remember, so if we want to bring the unaffected drums back in, just hit ext source. If you want to affect them, just tap MFX. We can go lo-fi. Go like really crazy here. And just start bringing other sounds in. And if you want these to be, we can send any of these to 1 and 2. So we could send like these things over to 1 and 2 as well. Whoops, I'm sending the wrong one. I set green to go over, I don't know. I meant this to be purple. So that would now come in when we start the drums back in. And we're just getting this like super crazy lo-fi, but go back to, I think turn the tape hiss off. Go back to cassette sim, you know, you want reverb, and drop that. So hopefully this is making sense, but it's a really quick way that you can kind of switch between routing your loops over on Loopy Pro out to the SP404 Mark II. And obviously you can, if you just double tap the 1 and 2 and 3, 4, you can just quickly change what bus it's going to and keep things going. So, I don't know, guys. If you got Loopy Pro, I'd say definitely check it out. I'm just scratching the surface with what you could do with it, but if you're looking for a looper, I would say, and you get an iPad, or this is an awesome looper to play with. I mean, you can take your synths, you can load synths in, you can do all kinds of the iPad effects, which there's plenty of amazing iPad effects out there that are really cheap. I mean, as I said, I like to travel with the iPad and the SP404 Mark II. They just make a great companion with each other. So I'm going to end here, but keep having fun, keep making music, and remember, if it sounds good, it is good.